Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. What that means is I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills at the beginning. You won't see my intro symbol or nothing like that. I do have a transition button, so if there's noise outside that I can't deal with, or something happens and I need to just stop filming for a minute, I can do that. These weekly Wednesdays, essentially you ask me questions and I answer them. It is primarily model focused and it's primarily 40k stuff. There is terrain questions from time to time and there's some information about myself, what's going on around the workshop. And we have a weekly vote, which I'll get onto when we get there. Now, straight off the bat, a few things to talk about before I answer questions. Some good stuff and some crazy stuff, which could be good stuff. I had a game today with Mark. I used Secret Army. Absolutely amazing game. Amazing. It was one of my favourite games so far. There was a lot for me to learn because there's a lot of not so much with abilities and stuff, just more of when to do certain things. And it was a great game, and I think it's 2 weeks. We'll be filming, we'll be playing that, I'll be using that army again, and we'll be filming for the channel for Battle Report for you guys. Oh, absolutely, it's absolutely freezing here, by the way. I think it's like -2 or something outside. Well, there's ice on the ground, so that's how cold it is. I didn't do Karai's fake move for last week. I was going to do him. The airbrush stopped doing, the fuse wasn't working out. I presume it's the fuse. I went to change the fuse and this whole was sealed unit, so I was like, damn. So I was looking for a connection, to buy a connection to the same thing so I can just crack on. Couldn't find one, so the plan is now to crack open that plug, take the wiring out and everything else, and rewire it into a new plug, a normal plug, with a fuse and everything else, and then plug it in. Hopefully that'll work, but I just haven't had time to do that because I can paint Karai's Fate Weaver by hand, but you're talking a very long time because it's a big bundle, and for me to do him justice, I want the airbrush to do certain effects on the wings and stuff like that. So hopefully this week I'll get the airbrush fixed, and then I can start painting him at some point. But there's also something crazy going on. At the moment, my middle boy takes his sister, my little one, to school in the morning because I'm in work and the wife goes to work. But he's got a new job starting next week, so I'm gonna have to. I asked my work before Christmas to move to nights, and they told me it wouldn't happen until after Christmas. So now I'll go back to them and say, well, look, this is what's happening now. I do need to move to nights now. Some people go, oh, what's going to happen to the channel? The channel's going to keep going ahead as normal. I think it'd be better. Let me explain why. Normally, I have between 5 to 6 hours sleep a night. Then get up and go and do work, and come back and do this and do stuff in the garden, do X, Y, and Z and blah, blah. For me, it doesn't matter if I'm having that 5-6 hours sleep in the morning, the afternoon, or the early evening. It doesn't matter. As long I won't be able to have a couple of hours, wake up and have a couple more hours. I'd have to have that little solid amount. But in terms of the channel and everything else, I would come back, drop the one to school, drop myself to work on all the business, and then I could spend 2 or 3 hours doing stuff. And then pick the one up from school, pick myself up from work and have a sleep then. Maybe have dinner with them or something, but then sit and have go for sleep and get up about 10, 11 o'clock and go to work. That's what I'm thinking. So in terms of the channel, it actually might be better because I'll have more time with little one in school and not being interrupted just to work through stuff. If they tell me, no, we can't do it, I don't know what's going to happen, because the job that my boy's been given, Alex has been offered, he can't say no to it. It's something that will set him up for the rest of his life, and he can just keep working there until he retires. and it's a trade skill as well. So it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that's a general gist of what's gone on with me over the last week. On to some questions. What's the difference between conversions and kit bashing? It's a very good question. A conversion is something simple where you just do a head swap or do an arm swap or something like that. Or I'm looking at Chaos Space Marine here. So if you're doing a Chaos Space Marine and you want him to be Nurglisk, be Nurgle and all that, you could get some green stuff and make some tentacles, and that's a conversion. Most of the time, conversions usually we are taking certain parts and just swapping them. So again, with Chaos Space Marine is probably the easiest ones to explain this with. You can take a unit of Chaos Legionaries, Chaos Space Marines, and say you have Demonette heads. You can swap, instead of putting a Chaos Space Marine head on them, you can put a Demonette head on them. So you can clearly see they have the mark of Slanesh. Or you could, for example, give them the arm that has the bolt gun, and then give them a Demonette claw arm. Still put the shoulder pauldron on as normal, that kind of thing. And that's some of the crazy things that I will be doing. So you'll know, you get more of an idea of when I do those things. And kit bashing is when you take random parts from an assortment of models and you cobble them together, not to make a brand new model, but you cobble them together to make a new model, but it's a model to fill, a certain gap. For example, I want to get a Lord of Skulls, but it's like €130, I think it is, and it's a huge model. It's an absolutely beautiful, huge model. But I'm looking and thinking, can I kit bash one? Eventually get one, but for now, kit bash one and use one. And my idea was I got a World War II tank, was take one of those and the tendril arms from the Mauler Fiend, glue them into the tank, coming out to make it look like spider legs. But then that's as far as my idea got. I wasn't sure about that, because all the weapons for the Mauler Fiend, the Forge Fiend and all that, they all can be used on that. The head can be used on that. It's just the body and what I'm going to use for the arms is the only thing that I'm stuck on at the moment. The head, I said, the face can be that, and I don't know about the head. But that's typically a kit bash. When you just take bits, random bits and there is another kit bash I'm going to do eventually. Is I'm going to take the Silent King's cloak, which I never put on the Silent King, glue that together, and then get the other head from the Void Dragon kit, the other body and arm from the Bellicor kit, and glue them together to start making a Catan shard. That's what a kit bash is. And I don't know about the rest of it as far as the model's got in my head, but there's, even if you're making chaos spawns, you can, making a chaos spawn, you can literally take all the extra arms you have, glue them in a certain way, put a head on there, a couple of arms, whatever you want to do. Arm coming out with a chainsaw or something, just something crazy, so it just looks like a spawn, and that's a kit bash. Okay, hope that's answered your question, my friend. Will you be getting the new Dark Angel box? I was only having this conversation with Mark earlier on. I'm interested in it. Okay, there's only two things that's making me hesitant. The first thing is, for me, it's timing. There's a few bills I need to pay, and I don't want to be selling myself short. I mean, I'd have money to get, but then I'd have to go without other things, and I don't know if I want to do that, especially if I pay it now and I've got to wait a week or 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks maybe for it to arrive up. It's like, not only that, I do want it because I want a new Belial model. Yes, please. The new Deathwing Knights, 100%. The Codex, 100%. The data cards, 100%. The Terminators are in there. They're 10 normal Terminators for 10th edition. Then this is my understanding. If I've got it wrong, someone, drop a comment, let me know. But then you get the upgrade sprue. So there's parts on the upgrade sprue that you put on those Terminators to make them into Deathwing Terminators, which is, great, fantastic. But I've got I've got 5 Terminators painted up for the channel. I've got 5 Deathwing Knights to paint up. I've probably got about another 15 old lead Terminators. They have the slot base, so they go in the 25mm base, and then that will go on the 40mm base to give me the Terminator. Now, with that said, and the Deathwing, I haven't looked at the rules or anything, but the 9th edition rules, the Deathwing Terminator squad has a multitude of different things. They can have thunder hammers, lightning claws, cyclone missile launcher, sub cannon, blah blah blah. You know, I think it's a heavy weapon for every 5 models in the squad. But the rest of them can have chain fists and lightning claws, and basically it's a mismatch of Terminator, you know, pieces, which is fantastic. So if that's still the case, all the lead ones I have, I could add to the 5 that I have to make, you know, there's a 10-man squad. I think the only thing I have is, I have 2 cyclone missile launchers. I think I have a heavy flamer, or 2. I think it's 2 assault cannons. So that's the only thing that I look and go, okay, so for the Dark Angel Smith chapter, I can't really use all those pieces. I have to, you know, decide which one I'm going to do. But then I could just paint them all up, and this game, there's going to be 2 assault cannons in the squad, or there's going to be assault cannon and heavy flame, or, you know, something like I can just switch them out as I want. But I also have a Terminator assault squad down here to build, but this is 9th edition. This is, well, not 9th edition, but this is not the new ones, these are the old ones. And I was going to build them up, but then the new ones come out, so I said, okay, I'll just do them off camera. But again, I can, you know, mix and match them in. And I've also got a Deathwing Command Squad down here. Now, if they're not in the new Codex, which I don't know if they are or not, I think they're releasing, GW releasing information about the Deathwing side of it tomorrow. But if they're not in it, there's another 5 Deathwing Knights. If they are in it, then I'll probably make them up as, or hold on and see if they've released, they'll have to release a new Deathwing Command, you know, squad. Which again, I'll probably make them as Knights then, and just buy 1 or 2 boxes of the new Knights. So for me, I'm not sure. I think Belial, Deathwing Knights, the book and the index cards, 100%. The 10 Terminators, for me at the moment, is I don't need them. If I did get the box, they will be put to one side to be used for, you know, Death Guard Army, and not Death Guard Army, sorry, Space Wolves. And I do think when it comes to Space Wolves and Blood Angels and stuff like that, I do think the Terminators are just going to be generic, and you'll buy a box with the upgrade sprue. I think that's the way they're going to go forward with it, which, you know, is okay. It saves for them. It saves them having to specifically do specific models for that army. They can just do generic models and have a little upgrade sprue for it, which is cool. Do you have many more big models to build? No. Space Marine Predator, I think, is the only big model I have left to build, which I wanted to get done last week. But the Jump Captain came in, and it was a present from someone, so I said, right, that took the slot of the Predator. But no, the Space Marine Predator, I think, is the only big model I have left to build. Yeah, that is the only big model. I do have a lot of other models to build, like vehicle wise and stuff, but that's only big models to build. What happened to the Orc boxes? They were meant to be done in October, just run out so much time. But I wanted to do them last week. Again, they're still sitting there because I don't know, I think just run out of time, but they will get done. They will get done. There's a Let's Build to go up tomorrow, which actually took me the last couple of days to do, because it's just not hard. It was so cold, and back to work, when I came in, it was just late and I was cold, and I was just okay, let me do a little bit here, a little bit there. But I don't know what to go on to next really, but they will get done. They will get done, because I do want to field an Orc army. After using the Secret Army today, it was actually really exciting for me all week, just keep looking at the army list and just going through their rules and working the rules out in my head and trying to work out different combinations of things. And even when we were playing today, and Mark was saying to me, well, don't do that now, do this first, then do that. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes, you know, that was, for me, I really enjoyed that. If I'm going to enjoy doing that with that army, then what about the rest of the armies? You know, so I will get onto them, I will get them done. Sorry, the puppy. He came in here earlier and he took his face off on the mousetrap. I just see him there, and then he started barking at the cows. And I came in, I drove into the yard earlier, and he ran into the side of the car. It's just such a brain dead dog. That's all the questions I have for this week. What I'm going to do now is bring you down and show you the vote. Now, because Space Marines won the vote last week, there was no Space Marines in here. But what I want to try and do, especially at the moment, the way the weather is, the wet palette is staying a lot, you know, staying good for a lot longer. I want to try and, so let's say Space Marine won the vote last week, painted up Monday. Even I forgot to put the video up on Monday. I had it ready and I totally went out of my head because I had to go here and do this and do that. Next thing you know, I came in and I was working on the unit that's going to go up tomorrow. Went into the house, sat down, carried on doing a few bits and pieces, and just turned it in my head. It's only on Tuesday. I was like, hold on a minute, I didn't put the one. But anyway, so say that, you know, that won the vote for last week for this week's Monday Paint video. My idea then is, because I had the wet palette here with probably some of the same colours that I'm going to use on other models from that army, I was thinking of trying to squeeze in another painting video for that army in that week, just because the colours are here and I don't want them to go to waste. You know, so I think that's trying to be a bit more productive for myself. So anyway, I'm going to bring you down and show you the vote. The way the vote works is, I'll show you a host of models. You guys vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. Now, Space Marines won last week, so all the Space Marines have been removed. And all I've done basically is take all the Space Marines out of there and then just plug the gap with more stuff. I think that's another way that I want to try and experiment with it. So if Necron's won, I'd paint whatever Necron it is, and then during next week, then try and get the other Necron painted. There's only 10 Necrons on there, and then for next week's Wednesday vote, I would then just shimmy everything around and just plug that gap with two other things. Anyway, but the way you place your vote is, I'll show you the models. You comment below on this video to tell me I vote for X, Y, Z. You can vote for more than one model. Don't say I vote for everything because it won't count. But you can say I vote for any of the Necrons, or any of the, you know, there's no Space Marines, but any of the Space Marines, or any of the Eldari, or any of JC the Colts, or, you know, anything like that. And that vote will count. So I'm going to bring down show you models. There's also two other voice choices you have. One is a wild card, and you'll find out what a wild card is if it wins. And the other one is creator's choice. So if that wins, then I go, okay, I'm going to paint this model, and I'll pick it up and paint it. It's an okay option, but I prefer when you guys vote on it for me, because it's more of a challenge for me than, you know, to think about what way I'm going to work on it and what way I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring you down and show you models, right, guys. One other thing, if you're not sure what something's called, just give me a brief description, okay? So we'll start with the Magus. For the Gens of the Cults, that's this guy on the end here. Demonettes. The Sisters of Silence. I can't remember what these are. These are not the Vindicators. I can't remember what these guys are called, but Sisters of Silence anyway. The Shield Captain. But the Shield Captain comes with the two other guys. I do them all at the same time. We have a Chaos Lord in Terminator armor, but he's going to mark up to Zench. We have the Dark Opposite. We have 3 Wind Riders. We have the Night Spinner, which is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, it's all up on the flying stand now. We have a Tyranid Hive Tyrant. We have Dark Octopus from Marvel Crisis Protocol. We have the Skitarii Marshal. We have the Plasmancer from Necrons. We have the Genesis of the Cults Neophyte Hybrid. We have the Green Goblin from Marvel Crisis Protocol. We have some Tyranny Warriors. We have Hexbrex from the Drakari army. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. We have the Wraith Lord. We have Neuro Tyrant. We have Pink Horrors. We have Von Ryan's Leapers. And we have the Overlord with the Translocation Shroud. So there we are, guys. Now, 2 o'clock on a Friday is when I stop looking at the vote. I stop and I look at the votes, if I remember. Even if it's 3 o'clock, it doesn't matter. But that sort of time, I'll look at the votes, and whoever has the most votes will get painted up Monday. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll. Okay. Now, there's one other thing I just remembered. The Combat Patrol magazine from Hatchet Partworks. You can now submit your subscription if you live in the UK or Republic of Ireland. Now, I know a few are going to go, oh no, but I live in this place. They are going to be rolling out to other places as well. And from what I've heard, it's going to be rolling out to more places this time than it did the last time. So, you know, just go into and have a look at it. If I get chance, Mark's the one that sent me the link because I couldn't find where it was on the thing. If I get a chance, I'll paste it over onto the comments below, and you know, you can have a. I say if I get a chance, if I can figure out how to do it, because I'm not a techno mage, but if I can do that, I'll do that and let you guys know, because it is worth it. It is worth it, especially the first couple of issues. To get Von Ryan, a unit of 3 Von Ryan's Leapers for like, I think it's like €11. I think it's going to be €12, even if it's 50. Even if it was €15. Get out. Go on. Little bird. I knew I could hear something. Go on. Even if you get them for €15, it's normally 35 quid in the shop, something like that. So it's, you know, it's worth it. It's a great Combat Patrol as well. There's 9 Combat Patrol, so it's actually a really cool box. Yeah, but that's so I remember I do that. It's like it distracted me. So thank you for watching. Any comments or questions for me, check them below. Oh, actually, there's one other thing I want to talk about, actually. Yeah, one other thing. I got a negative comment, a really negative comment. I say it's a negative comment. I don't know if the person is trying to be smart ass with me, but I'll tell you who said it, and I'll tell you what they said and what video it was on, and you guys can, you know. The person that said it is called the Warden of Terror. Okay. And it was on the Pile of Shame video that was like 11.5 months ago. And he turned around and said, I say he, I presume it's a fella. He commented on that video and said, grow up and get a life. Yeah? Now, I don't know if he was saying it in jest and I've just read it and gone, what the? I don't know. So I'm going to respond to that as if it, you know, as if it is a joke to me, and I'm just going to point out a few facts. Okay. The first thing, a fact is, I don't go to the pub drinking. I don't go, you know, pubbing and clubbing and €150 a night and then going to the toilet and pissing down the toilet. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't see the point in that. I might have an alcoholic beverage once or twice a year. 23rd December, I bought 4-pack of Guinness. There's still three of them still sitting in the fridge because I'm not really a drinker. I don't take drugs. I don't look down at anyone that, you know, has a smoke with the green or anything like that. But I don't take drugs. I don't see the point of it. I don't go into bookies the whole day and spend the whole day booking on, you know, bets on football and horses or anything like that. I don't do none of that. This is my drug of choice. This is my, you know, addiction. I don't go around spending money and chasing after women. I have my wife. I'm happy with my wife. You know, as far as I'm concerned, that's all I need. Okay, that's the points I'm going to make for that. Next thing I want to say is to the Warden of Terror. Thanks for watching the video. You still watched the video and you still felt the need to comment. Now, if you did say it to me in jest, then just, you know, jump on here and say it below. Say, look, you know, I just looked at it and was like, what the hell? But anyway, what I've just said, if anyone else wants to chuck something below, you know, to do with that, go ahead, guys. But anyway, if you're seeing this video for the first time, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button to trigger YouTube to share this video with more and more people. If you have any questions for me, just comment below and I'll answer next week, Wednesday. Or if you don't want to chuck it below because you think, oh, people are going to, you know, oh, I don't know what way people are going to act, go on to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a messenger button there. You can click on that, it'll take you onto Messenger, and you can talk to me directly. Okay. I may not answer straight away because I could be, you know, doing anything. I could be filming. I could be doing, you know, in work. I could be driving. Anything. Okay. But I will get back to you. Yeah, that's it, guys. So until next week, don't forget to vote. Take it easy, guys.